Hey, what's up, SAS Masters? My name's George, and today I want to show you CloudFill. CloudFill is a really interesting tool for anyone that needs to fill in PDFs. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to give you two examples. Let's just say you need to fill in and send out some PDFs for certificates, right? Maybe you send out for students or someone who wins a prize and you need to fill in the signature, the name, the date, and maybe some other stuff. Well, this will set the automatic spaces so you can do it much more faster. Another idea I can give you is, for example, for legal documents or just any PDF document that you need to fill in, like names, streets, dates, and signatures, and all that good stuff. You could set in those fields so it automatically fills it in. So it's really interesting for anyone who needs this type of tool. Now, what I'm going to do in this video is that I am going to automate the process on CloudFill so I can fill in a form and it'll put it into Google Sheets, and from Google Sheets, it's going to do the CloudFill in a PDF from a template that I'm going to load in. Now, it might sound a little bit tricky, but watch this video and find out if this is a tool that you might need. Then you will be thankful that you saw this video. All right, so if you need this deal, the link will be in the description. So let's jump over to my desktop and check out CloudFill. All right, guys, this is my CloudFill dashboard, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to load in a PDF. I'm going to set up the fields for that PDF. And then I'm going to use Fluid Forms, which is a form builder that I'm going to have on my site. I'm going to fill in the fields from my Fluid Forms. I'm going to send it out to my Google Sheets. From my Google Sheets, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect to connect to CloudFill via API. So it generates all my PDFs automatically. Now, this is just one of the ways that you can do it, but there's a whole lot of ways that you can automate this process. Or you could just use CloudFill as a standalone. Just fill it in the fields right here on CloudFill and it'll generate the PDF, right? So let me show you how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to load in a PDF. In this case, I'm going to use a certificate just for demo purposes of this video, but it can be a document and it could be a several page document. If you use several pages, you will see them here on the right, page 1, 2, and 3, and set up the fields for each one of those pages. All right, so this award is presented to, I'm going to input a field right here. And this is going to be a text type, and it's going to be called a name. I'm going to change the font size, 18. The color is okay. I'm going to center this, and I can change the font if I want. I'll leave it this way. And I'm going to use a signature. All right, so let's put that right here. And this was going to be an image type. So the image type have to be an URL that's actual image, and I'll show you that in a bit. All right, so this one is signature. And at the end, I'm going to set the date right here. So let me put it right there. And this is going to be date. And again, I'm going to change the font size for this to 18 and also use centered. So I'm going to save that. And I'm done with the fields. And like I said before, I'm going to automate. But if you want to use CloudFill as a standalone, just fill in the things right here. It'll generate it and you can download it. All right. You can also use the JSON API or CSV Batch. That also creates it really fast. Okay, so now let's go into my Fluid Forms, and this is on my site. I can embed this on any site that I want. I can tell a client to go in here and generate it, and it'll do the PDF for them. It could be a student that they finished the course, and I send them this link so they fill out the form. And it's just several ways that you can use this. All right, so I've got the name, the date, and the signature. So I'm going to preview the design so I can send it out to my Google Sheets. So previously I connected Fluid Forms to my Google Sheets. So in this case, my name is George Aguilar. The date is going to be 2020 and the signature, just whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'll submit this right here. All right, so let's wait for that submitted. And that should be popping up right here as soon as it's submitted. All right, let's wait for that. Okay, that's sent. And there it is. All right, so there's the name, the date, and the signature. So now let's automate this process by using Pabbly Connect. So I'm logged into Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to create a brand new workflow right here. So I'm going to say PDF, create that. And I'm going to go to Google Sheets, because that's what I want to do. Choose the method, a new spreadsheet row. So that's what's going to activate it. And this is my webhook that I'm going to need. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to tell it to capture webhook. I'm going to go to my Google Sheets now. Now to use the Google Sheets integration with Pabbly Connect, you have to install the add-on. So just install the add-on and you will see it right here. Pabbly Connect webhook. So initial setup. All right, I'm going to set the webhook that I got on Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to select the trigger column. Now, heads up, if I select the column A, it's just going to grab the A. If I select the C, like I'm going to do, it's going to grab A, B, and C. So I'm going to use C right here, send test, and it's going to grab the fields. So grab the name, the date, and the field right there, all the ones, A, B, and C. Let's go to Pabbly Connect, and there we go. It detected it right here. So we got the name, date, and signature. So let's save that. All right. Let's go to the next automation. Next automation is going to be CloudFill. All right, and in CloudFill, we are going to need generate PDF, connect with CloudFill. We're going to need the API, and that's going to be in your dashboard on CloudFill. So let me grab that. All right, so now we got that, and it automatically grabbed the PDF. Now, if I have several templates loaded into CloudFill, you will see them right here on a drop-down menu. You can refresh it if you added a new one, and it automatically grabbed the fields for me. So in this case, the name. So I'm going to tell Pabbly Connect that the name is this field from the Google Sheets. The signature is going to be this one over here. And the date is going to be this field. All right. So let's save and test request. All right. And now we got the CloudFill URL. This URL is meant for download. So you can grab it, go into it, and it'll download it. All right. But we're going to do more with it. So in this case, we are going to automate it more. And let's just say we want to send this out to Gmail. I'm going to do that. Choose a method. So it's going to send out an email, connect with Gmail. All right. So now I'm connected with Gmail. So who is going to be the recipient name? These are multiple fields. Let me fill this in. And now that I filled all of this up, the message, the email message is where I'm going to use that URL. So that's what it's going to send. I could say, you know what? Download here, right? And that's going to grab that there. So I'm going to save and do a test run. All right, so it sent out information, and I should see that in my Gmail. So let me open that up. Here we go. Here is the Gmail, and like I said before, I wrote this message, download here, and we are going to grab the link. So it just generated it automatically. I'm going to save it. I'm going to open it. And there we go. Those are the fields that I made over there. So we got the field for the name. We got the signature as an image. Now we can make this bigger because it looks small. And we have the date right there. So it just automated the process with Pabbly Connect. Now, if I wanted to do more or connect it with something else, in this case, I just sent it out as a Gmail. But if I wanted to do something like, you know what, send it back again to my Google Sheets in another field where I can add that link and just download it later or just automate however I want. So as you can see, there's a lot of ways that you can automate with CloudFill using a Pabbly Connect or another software that connects with API to CloudFill. Now, the other way you can do it is by CSV Batch, all right? So if you have a big, massive CSV Batch where you have a bunch of names, a bunch of dates, or whatever all the fields that you need, it will generate it automatically for all those in one single batch. So that's really cool that you can do all that with CloudFill. So at the end of the day, this will depend if this is a tool that you will need. If you are filling out PDFs constantly, or you might be doing it for some business, then this might be something that you should consider. But if not, then it's all right. You might not need this. I mean, it's a cool tool and it's really useful for someone who needs to fill in PDFs constantly. So that might be something that you might need. Well, there you go, guys. My name's George. This is SaaS Master, and I'll see you guys later.